Every product makes a promise. I find out if it's true. Today, I want to do something a little different because most of the time, when you watch a product review, you're watching someone stand at a desk, hold something up to a camera, and tell you what the listing already says. And I've always thought that's not really how products live in the real world, is it? Products live in your actual life. They live in your garden on a sunny afternoon. They live in the moments when you finally got an hour to yourself and you want everything around you to just work. So today I'm going to take you through 4 things that were part of a genuinely perfect afternoon in my garden. Everything you're going to see came from Amazon. Everything has been used in real conditions, not staged, not styled for a camera. Just a real afternoon with real products and my honest verdict on every single one. Let's start with the book, because I think it sets the tone for everything else. The book is called Out of Mecklenburg, The Unwilling Spy by James Renner. And I have to tell you, when I saw this title come up in my Amazon recommendations, I stopped scrolling immediately because I'm from Mecklenburg. I grew up there. I know those landscapes, those towns, that particular quality of light in the morning. And then I moved to Berlin. And this story moves through Berlin too. And then there's Madrid, which is a city I love deeply. So when I say this book felt like it was written for me, I mean that in the most literally possible sense. The story follows an ordinary man caught up in extraordinary circumstances during a period of enormous historical tension. It's a spy thriller, but it's not cold and technical the way spy thrillers can sometimes feel. It has warmth, it has geography, it puts you somewhere and makes you feel the weight of the place. I've been reading it slowly on purpose because I don't want it to end. 4.6 stars, 19 reviews, which tells me not enough people have found it yet. I'm hoping this video changes that a little. Now the lounger, the Harbour Houseware Canvas Sun Lounger in black. And I want to talk about the 3.6 star rating before I say anything else, because I think it's doing this product a disservice. When you look at a 3.6 star rating, you think mediocre. You think probably not worth it. You scroll past. And I almost did too. But I bought it anyway because the design caught my eye. And I'm glad I did. Here's the honest thing about this lounger. It does not fold completely flat. The listing implies portability in a way that isn't entirely accurate, and I think that's where the frustration in those lower reviews is coming from. People bought it expecting it to collapsing down small, and it doesn't do that. If that's what you need, a lounger that packs into a bag and goes on the beach, this is not the right product for you. But if what you want is a comfortable, good-looking, compact sun lounger for your garden that doesn't take over your entire outdoor space the way traditional chunky sun loungers do, this is genuinely excellent. The canvas holds your body in a way that feels considered. You sink into it slightly, but you're also supported. The low profile means you're close to the ground, which I personally find more relaxing than being perched up high. And it looks good. It looks intentional. It looks like something you'd see in a boutique hotel garden rather than a discount garden center. I've used it multiple times now. It has not sagged, the frame has stayed solid, and every time I sit in it, I genuinely don't want to get up. For the price, that is exactly what it promises, with one honest caveat that I've now told you about. Now the bikini, and I want to spend some time on this one because I think it deserves more than a quick mention. This is the Jolie Jiao 2-piece U-wire cutout bikini in blue, high-waisted, tummy control panel, crisscross adjustable straps at the back, U-wire hardware details at the front, 4.5 stars, 9 reviews, which again tells me this is still relatively undiscovered. I'm going to be honest with you in a way that I always try to be honest on this channel. I am not 25. My body has had 2 children, has lived through winters and summers and everything in between. And I have a complicated relationship with 2-piece swimwear that I think a lot of women my age will recognize. There's a moment, and most of us know exactly when it happened, when you stop reaching for the bikinis and start reaching for the 1-pieces. Not because you've given up, but because the 2-pieces stop feeling like they were designed for you. This bikini changed that for me. The high waist is the key. It sits properly, not just above the hip bone, the way some high waist styles do, but genuinely at the natural waist, which means the tummy control panel is working over the area it needs to work over. And it works, not in the miraculous everything is different way, but in the way that good shapewear works. It holds, it smooths, it gives you a silhouette that makes you feel confident in rather than one you're constantly adjusting or pulling at. The ruching across the front is doing a lot of clever work. It draws the eye to the center and creates visual interest that flatters rather than highlights. The U-wire detail at the front, that gold hardwire piece, looks genuinely more expensive than the price of this bikini. It's the kind of detail that makes the whole thing look designed rather than mass-produced. The adjustable crisscross strap at the back means that the fit is actually customizable. This is important because the top half of a bikini either fits or doesn't. And when it doesn't fit, no amount of tummy control on the bottom half is going to make you feel good. These straps mean you can get the support where you need it without the top riding up or the cups gaping. I wore this all afternoon in the garden. I walked in it, I sat in it, I laid down in it. At no point did I feel self-conscious or uncomfortable or like I needed to check whether everything was still where it was supposed to be. For a woman in her 40s who has largely avoided two pieces for years, that is the most honest and the most important thing I can tell you about this bikini. The tummy control claim is real, the comfort claim is real, and the color, this particular blue, is vivid and joyful and exactly right for an English summer day when the sun finally appears. The sunglasses, a large frame square tortoise shell with gradient brown lenses. And let me tell you what caught my attention about these, because it wasn't the brand, it was the shape. I've been looking for oversized square sunglasses for a long time. Not the cat eye shape that every high street brand pushes in the summer. Not the round retro style. The large, architectural, slightly masculine square frame that reads European and effortless and looks equally good with a bikini and a sundress and a coat in October. The shape that, when you see it in a designer window, has a price tag that makes you put it back on the display and walk away. These are that shape. The tortoiseshell pattern is rich and detailed, amber and brown and dark mahogany, exactly the kind of coloring that works with blonde hair, with dark hair, with most skin tones. The gradient lenses go from a warm brown at the top to almost clear at the bottom, which means your vision is clean and your eyes are protected without that slight claustrophobic feeling you can get with very dark uniform lenses. Now, the frame quality. This is where I want to be precise, because it's where a lot of budget sunglasses let themselves down. The frame on these is solid. When you hold them, they don't flex in a way that suggests they'll snap the second time you fold them. The hinge feels like a hinge rather than a hinge-shaped piece of hope. The nose pads sit properly. These are not sunglasses that you'll be gently placing on the table rather than putting down normally because you're afraid of breaking them. What they protect against is also worth mentioning specifically. On a breezy day, and English summer days are almost always breezy, oversized frames do something that smaller sunglasses simply don't do. They wrap around your eyes enough that the wind isn't catching your lashes and making your eyes water. If you wear mascara outdoors and you experience the specific frustration of mascara running not because of rain, but because of wind, you will understand immediately why this matters. They read Tom Ford from across the garden. They cost a fraction of Tom Ford. If anyone has ever asked you where your sunglasses are from while you're wearing these, I promise you the conversation will be more interesting than the answer. So 4 products, 1 afternoon. Here is my honest summary. The book is a hidden gem that deserves a much larger audience, and I will be reading everything else James Rammer has written. The lounger is genuinely comfortable and compact and worth every penny as long as you go in knowing it doesn't fold flat. Adjust your expectations on that one point and you will love it. The bikini is the 2-piece I've been looking for years, and if you are a woman who has talked herself out of bikinis, I am asking you specifically to look at this one. And the sunglasses are the affordable answer to a very expensive aesthetic that I've wanted for a long time. Everything is linked in my bio. Every single one of these came from Amazon. Every single one has earned its place in my actual life, not just in a video. Every product makes a promise. I find out if it's true. Subscribe for the finds that actually work. Full reviews on my channel.